What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here back with another episode of Rare Builds in NBA 2K25. And in today's video, I'm bringing you guys a stretch 5 build. So, with that being said, let's jump right into the build. Now, obviously, if you want to make this build, you have to make it at the center position. Otherwise, you won't be a stretch 5. You'll be, if you make it at power 4, you'll be a stretch 4. And I'm not really sure what this build would turn out if you make it at a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, to be honest. You'd probably just be some form of sharpshooter or something like that, or catch and shoot or whatever. Whoa, excuse me. But anyway, center build, height, weight, and wingspan you could tweak to your liking. For the height, I went 6'10". For the weight, I went up to 262. And then for the wingspan, I dropped that down to 6'10". For better shooting, the weight, I went 262 just so that we can increase our rebounding, since we are dropping that some by going down to 6'10". But again, like I said, you could play around with the height and the weight and the wingspan till you find what exactly that you like. But this is just what gave me the attributes that I wanted. Moving on to our attributes, we do have a 73 on the close shot. We have a 60 on the driving layup, 73 on the driving dunk. We have an 81 on the standing dunk, and then we have a 68 on the post control. Now, off rip, I like this just because the build is stretch 5, so most people are just going to assume that you can't really do much of anything else. But as you can see by these attributes, you're actually going to have pretty decent stats to do other things. You're going to have a 73 driving dunk, so you're going to have some decent dunking sig animations. You're also going to have bronze posterizer, so you'll be able to dunk in traffic, finishing with those dunks where people are close to you, crowding the area. You're going to have an 81 standing dunk, which means you'll have silver rise up, which means you'll be able to dunk down low. You'll have decent standing dunk animations as well, too. You'll have aerial wizard on your build, so you can catch alley-oops, backdoor cuts, lobs, all of that good stuff. You got a decent layup. Not saying a great layup, but you got a decent layup in a 60 to where, you can make some of those, real player percentage layups, especially when you get pulled out of driving dunks, standing dunks. You still, make some of those layups. Not going to make a lot without physical finisher, but with a 60 compared to a 40 or 30 driving layup, you will be able to make some of those layups. And then, of course, the 73 close shot, getting you paint prodigy and badges like float game and hook specialist and whatnot, paired with that post control, is going to go crazy. And then also, to bring it up, that's the reason why I went with a 68 on the post control. Now, obviously, the strength, we have a 95 on the strength, and I'm just going to put that up just so that I can show you guys very briefly what we'll be getting with that 95 strength. And there's like a helicopter flying past and whatnot. What the hell is going on outside? But anyway, 68 post control is going to go a long way, because you see we're going to have bronze post powerhouse, we'll have bronze post up poet, and with the close shot we'll have bronze hook specialist. So obviously we're not going super duper crazy, but we'll have some of those badges, as well as post fade phenom on our build. So you have just a versatility of ways that you can score, as far as down low in the paint, whether it's standing, driving dunk, driving layup, alley-oops, backdoor cuts, posting up. You have your pick. Moving on to the shooting, we do have an 83 on the midi. So you see that those post badges popping up. You're gonna have all of these badges on at least bronze, which, again, like I said, isn't ideal. I'm not saying that you're gonna be, Joel Embiid or Jokic in the post, but it gives you options. You don't have to just, spam, pump fakes until you can get a standing dunk. You can now post up, get a little spin, get a little baby hook, drop step here and there. You can switch it up on how you score. Especially since a lot of these bigs aren't going, crazy when it comes to, post lockdown badges. You might see a bronze or a silver, but people aren't going super duper heavy on interior defense in this game, just because of how ass the contest system is anyway. So, a lot of times you'll be going up against like a silver post lockdown in most cases anyway. So it's not gonna, be too crazy as far as scoring out of the post. For the three, we're maxing that out at an 86. Just for our jump shot bases. And then I like to max out my free throw. I like to go high free throw. If you don't, you can just drop this to like an 80, 85-ish, anywhere between 80 to 85, just so that you can make sure that you knock down your free throws and call it a day. But again, like me, I like to only play 5, so I'm going to max that bad boy out. Then for our playmaking, we're looking at a 78 on the pass accuracy. We're looking at a 75 on the ball handle. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't put ball handle on a big man build, but this is going to be one of your main, advantages for being a little bit undersized at center at 6'10", is that you're going to be able to put the ball on the floor. You're looking at unpluckable, you're looking at ankle assassin, you're looking at handles for days, and you're looking at strong handle as well too. Now, if you want, you could throw those extra 2 points on there and get Hall of Fame strong handle, but for me, it just wasn't really worth it. I didn't think it was like that necessary for me to have Hall of Fame strong handle. But if you feel like you really want that, you can go ahead and throw those extra 2 points in there and get Hall of Fame at 77. But I just went 75 because I didn't think it was that necessary for what I was trying to do with this build. Moving on though, we have a 77 on interior defense, which is going to help us get that silver off-ball pass. We do have, of course, post lockdown on bronze, as I was talking about earlier, how most centers have, bronze. We have a 60 on the steal for bronze interceptor, and then we have an 84 on the block, getting us silver paint patroller so that we can, patrol the paint down there, getting some stops. You put your max +1 on that, you're looking at gold paint patroller, which is definitely suffice in getting some stops and making people miss their dunks and layups and stuff down low. Then for the rebounding, we are just rocking a 92 D-board, which is why we put the weight up to 262 so that we could reach that threshold for rebound chaser. And then if you decide to put a max +1 on that, you're looking at Hall of Fame rebound chaser, which is going to really put your rebounding from like a 92 to like a 96, 97-ish based on the badge level and whatnot. So, it's not too bad. You'll be able to get by with this, and then for the physicals, we're looking at a 70 for the speed. We're looking at a 65 for the agility, 95 for the strength, and then everything else we will put into our vertical. I'm trying to think, is there something I'm missing on this build? Well, we do have a 42 perimeter defense, and it's supposed to be a 74 vertical, but I mean, you could leave the perimeter defense off and just go 75 vertical if you want. It's not going to make much of a difference. The 42 perimeter defense isn't going to make much of a difference, so I guess we'll leave that off and just go 75. But 70 speed, high flying denier on silver, 65 agility, so we aren't too slow, not like stuck in the mud when it comes to changing directions, moving left to right. 95 strength because we did want to make up for being 6'10". That's going to help us with playing better defense. It's going to help us with boxing out, and it's also going to help us with not just being back down underneath the rim when we go up against, say, a 7-footer or a 7'1". We will be able to hold our own, especially when we have 77 interior, 84 block with a +1 on our paint patroller. We will be able to stick some defense down there. We aren't going to just get babied, especially when we have a 95 strength on our side as well too. And then of course when we create our build, you'll see the shades of, you see DeMarcus Cousins, you see Karl Anthony Towns, and funnily enough, you see Joel Embiid. And there you have it. Of course, our build name, the Stretch 5. So there you have, this is my Stretch 5 build for NBA 2K25. Please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K25 content. And of course, more rare builds. I'm out, y'all. Catch you in the next one.